Hey guys, Maryam here. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different, an anti-haul, which is an idea that I got from my friend Laura Lee. Hi Laura! She got the idea from Raw Beauty Christie, so this is something that's kind of been picking up steam here on YouTube, and I figured I'd film my own version of it. Basically, in this video, I am gonna be talking about some new makeup collections and letting you know whether these collections are something that I would purchase with my own money. So this is very much a Team Truth style video. I also filmed this look using a bunch of different collections, some that I love, some that I don't necessarily care to purchase with my own money. This is kind of a 2-for-1, a tutorial plus a chit-chatty kind of video, so should be fun. I hope you guys are here for it. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Hit that notification bell. I know you're gonna have a lot of questions at the end of this video, so please leave them down below. Let's get to it. Anti-haul 2019, here we come. I'm gonna prime my face because I'm just gonna be doing my makeup anyway. My best friend's birthday today, so I'm about to go out. I'm using this new Japanese primer that I got in Tokyo. It says it's a pore buster, so we'll see. I don't know. Looks pretty mattifying. The first collection that I am going to mention is from the mother herself, Pat McGrath. I'm gonna pop up a picture for you guys right here. Her holiday collection, which includes some lipsticks, some palettes, and also some highlighters. I actually have these palettes here in front of me. The packaging is very cool, very chic, very Pat per usual. The reason why I'm not particularly excited about this collection is because I am personally not a huge fan of quads eyeshadow palettes. I feel like they don't really give us enough. There's not enough for a whole entire look in here. You still have to kind of play around and add other shadows to it. It's not really my thing. Moreover, these eyeshadow palettes are $65 each, you guys. I mean, I get it. It's Pat McGrath and her quality is insane. Her eyeshadows are absolutely top notch. But being quite frank, if I was not a beauty influencer, there is no way that I would gravitate towards these just because I would rather spend more money and get her entire palette. She also came out with some lipsticks, which I will probably end up using in today's look because these are the only lipsticks that I have out in front of me. These are $40 each, matte trance lipsticks, gorgeous colors, gorgeous packaging. You know what? Maybe I would get myself the lipsticks just because there are some really nice colors here. But to get the everything kit for $350 to me is absurd. It's way outside of most people's price range, and let's face it, if you want colors and if you want a holiday collection, you could probably go to Colourpop, and no, it's not going to be the same quality, but you would get so much more for your money. Sorry mother, I love you and I love your product, so I'm gonna be applying this Pat McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection foundation that I love so much. I actually don't even understand the people who say they don't like this foundation. I don't get it because this foundation is everything you need and more. Yes, it is also very pricey. Yes, it's medium coverage, but it makes your skin look so beautiful if your skin is already on the healthy side. My skin is doing better at the current moment than it was before, which is why I'm applying it today. The next collection that I do want to mention is the new Norvina collection from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, when I first saw the photos pop up on the gram, I wasn't actually sure if it was a brand new line that Norvina, Anastasia's daughter, had formed, or if it was just a capsule collection within ABH. I'm still not completely sure because there is a picture on Trend Mood's page with a full display of Norvina makeup in an Ulta somewhere. So I need to get to the bottom of it. Having said all that, these palettes that I'm looking at are just not particularly exciting. I'm specifically talking about the mini palettes for $29. These are the Norvina Mini Pro Pigment palettes, where I see there's a green one and a purple one. The colors are kind of just all over the place. I don't see how you can make them work and create one solid cohesive look with it. It's kind of just very chaotic, and I get it that Anastasia and Norvina are two completely different people. Anastasia is sort of the older, more sophisticated, more of a classy type of lady, whereas Norvina is her daughter, so she's younger and she's a lot more colorful and a lot more bold. They're actually very different. From the looks of it, I just would not gravitate towards these colors and towards these palettes. I would much rather just use my ABH Jackie palette and let it breathe and then come out with the ABH ABH Carly palette. I feel like everything has been so rushed with Anastasia Beverly Hills. It just seems too much, too soon, too fast. Can we let Jackie breathe? And can we let Carly breathe? All right, my skin is done. I'm gonna add my concealer from Benefit right underneath just to brighten and lift and make myself look a little bit more human than before. But in all honesty, you guys, some of these brands do not sleep. I must add this, I'm lucky to be receiving all this PR, and I will never, ever, ever say no to PR. I am just not that girl who will refuse PR just because she's overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed, but I love makeup, and I know you guys love makeup and you want to see it being reviewed. However, putting on my makeup consumer hat, it is getting to be a little bit too much. It's hard for me as a beauty guru to try to figure out what to test and what you guys want to see next. So I can only imagine how overwhelmed and how bombarded the average makeup consumer feels. Just seeing all these products popping up every day, every hour, on the hour. How do you guys actually determine what you're gonna buy and what you're gonna invest your money in? Setting my under eye with some LC Cosmetics powder. Now that is a powder that I really like. Makeup by Lilith is not only an influencer, but she's also a makeup artist who created a brand. I really like her products and I really like how she's distributing all of her collections. Slowly but surely and with great attention to detail. The products are incredible. I've loved everything that she has put out and it doesn't feel like it's shoved down my throat. Speaking of influencers and makeup artists who are coming out with brands, have you guys heard that Scott Barnes, the one and only makeup artist to the J to the Low, is coming out with his own line? Did you actually think I was gonna say that his collection made it to my anti-haul? Wrong. Scott Barnes is the one makeup artist and the one influential personality whose line I absolutely want to see and I want to consume as a makeup influencer, as a makeup consumer, as a beauty guru. This is the kind of makeup that I want to try. Why? Because he knows what he's doing and he's been in the industry forever. And of course I respect his point of view. And of course I respect the time and the longevity and the branding. So by the looks of it, Scott Barnes is coming out with his own line, launching sometime in November. We are in November. There will be a highlighter palette with 8 shades, a blush palette with 8 shades, a sculpting and contour palette with 8 shades, as well as 2 eyeshadow palettes with 20 shades in each. They look pretty promising to me. I mean, the packaging is a little Colourpoppy. I actually at first thought this was a collab with Colourpop, but even still, I'm a huge fan of Scott Barnes. He has a point of view. He is extremely iconic in the makeup industry, and this is the kind of brand that I want to see. So hopefully I'll be on his PR list. If not, I will absolutely 100% spend my own money on his products. Speaking of influencer brands, everyone and their mother has requested that I review the new Tati Beauty palette from Tati, aka Glam Life Guru, and I am dying to get my hands on this palette, you guys. Unfortunately, and fortunately for Tati, the palette is super sold out. I think there's like a crazy waiting list until December, so I'm gonna need to figure out a way to score myself a palette. Now, off the bat, I will tell you that the colors in this palette, they're not particularly anything new or different or anything that I have not seen before. This is a $48 palette with 4 textures: matte, sequin, metallic, and glitter. There's 6 tones: a black, a brown, a reddish, a nude, a silver, and a maroon. They all have different names. The eyeshadow palette is called Textured Neutrals Volume 1, so I'm assuming there will be a Volume 2 at some point. Now, is this Textured Neutrals palette something that I would actually buy with my own money? Yeah, it actually is. Putting on my beauty guru hat, I would absolutely buy this palette for a review for you guys. I want to know what the fuss is all about. I want to know the truth, and I want to give you guys my honest opinion. As a makeup enthusiast, perhaps it's not the most exciting thing that I've ever seen in my life. However, I do like the fact that there's all these different color stories and all the different textures from glitter to matte and everything in between. So I get it. I get the concept. I think it's pretty cool. It hasn't really been done before. So even as a makeup enthusiast, I think I would have to spend the $48. It's really not particularly a lot. And Tati, being someone who is extremely respected in the industry, her whole claim is unbiased reviews, and I know she's seen a lot of makeup, her opinion matters, and I would be curious to see how she'd package her opinion and sell it to us. Next, we have from Hourglass, a Holidays 2019 Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. Basically a 6-shade glow palette. From the looks of it, the colors are all very, very similar, and the price point is rather high at $80. This is something that I've seen from Hourglass before. I appreciate their point of view, but just doesn't look particularly exciting. I would rather see a palette of blushes. I feel like the whole glowy, stroby, bronzy thing has been done before, and it might be coming to an end. So although I love Hourglass's products, I just don't see myself spending $80 on a palette. Well, a lot of other brands offer for a lot less. Right now I'm using this One Day Tattoo brow pen, also from Japan. It's kind of an interesting product. There's really nothing like it here in the States. I like the fact that it gives you kind of a natural fill to your brows. You know what I would spend my money on from Hourglass? Their brow pencils. Really, really good, very precise, and that is exactly what I'm using in my brow right now. They do have some very luxe products. I know they're not necessarily catering to a younger YouTube watching makeup community. I would say that their demo is a bit older, a bit more sophisticated in their choices, meaning that they prefer a more subdued palette rather than a very colorful palette, and that's totally okay, and there's definitely a market for that. However, it also becomes one of those things that we've seen before. Pricey, sophisticated, beautiful packaging, definitely not for everyone, and also not always very exciting. But their brow products, and man, that Vanish foundation stick, I'm shaking my head in disbelief just because I have never ever tried a better foundation stick. Next, we have Jouer Cosmetics with their holiday collection, namely this really beautiful blush and cheek topper palette. Now looking at the picture, for some reason I'm imagining this palette is really, really large. I wasn't expecting this super lightweight, super chic, super travel friendly palette to come in the mail. And once I did, I tried it out and I fell in love. It's actually really hard to find a blush palette with this many colors that's this small and compact and such great quality. So this Rose Cut Gems $39 palette makes the cut, and it certainly bypasses my anti-haul list. Look how pretty and pigmented. I actually don't even know who I am lately, the fact that I've been loving blush, but I like this new me. Moving right along to some eyeshadow palettes that I am not particularly interested in. The first one being Urban Decay's Mini On The Run eyeshadow palettes. Here they are. Now the green one is perhaps something a little bit different just because everyone's scared of green and not a lot of brands like to come out with all green shadow palettes. But this one here, although pretty, is just a snooze fest. And I love Urban Decay. I love their products. I love their palettes. I am living for their honey palette. But these one look type of palettes are just not my forte. It's just not my thing. This is not something that I would buy with my own money. It's not particularly exciting. Yes, it's pretty, but I have so many of these, and I'm sure so do you. I also really was not a fan of the original Born to Run palette, the big giant one. It just wasn't very pigmented. The shadows were very, very chalky and super dry. This was not a hit for me. Speaking of eyeshadow palettes, I should probably prime my lids and start applying my eyeshadow. Fenty Beauty primer as always and per usual. Tati Beauty is one of those brands that I think is doing it right. They're not bombarding us and they're not overwhelming us with product releases. I think they spread it out throughout the year and they still manage to keep it very exciting. I'm gonna pick up my Kylie Bible X ABH palette. I haven't tried this one, but I'm very excited to. I love Kylie and I want to support her. I just wish ABH wouldn't come out with a whole entire Norvina collection just weeks after Kylie launched her palette. Like, please let those products breathe. Let people consume them. Let people play with them. Let people be excited about them. This is a beautiful palette on the other hand. And I am excited about this first shade that I just applied. This one is Cindy and it is gorgeous. Anastasia really does make some incredible eyeshadow palettes. A few months ago, I went to Sephora and I spent so much money on ABH products because I hadn't tried them in a while and I wanted to review them for you and do a video and all that. And then I was reminded how much I actually missed the quality of her eyeshadows. They are just so superb and really not super expensive at all. Going back to eyeshadow palettes, Kylie Cosmetics Holidays 2019 collection, including the face palette, some highlighters, some bronzers, a lip kit, and an eyeshadow palette, are honestly making me forget what I was talking about. This is so boring. This is not a collection that I would spend my money on because it looks just like so many other makeup products out there. This is a carbon copy of ABH's Modern Renaissance palette. It also reminds me of so many other palettes, but ABH came out with it first, so she's got to get the credit. But this to me is nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary. Moreover, I don't really see a holiday theme with all the pinks. I have this palette already in so many different variations and in so many different forms. I mean, just look at this BH Cosmetics Holiday 2019 palette. It's almost identical, except it has a couple more shades that are cool. But if you get this BH Cosmetics $20 palette, you can get the entire Kylie palette plus some additional shades. The fact that things are so similar is what's really frustrating and feels just a little bit uninspiring for me personally, saying this as a beauty guru, but as a makeup consumer, I imagine it must be even more uninspiring. How do you know what to get? How do you know what not to get? I actually heard that Kylie Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes are pretty bomb. I am not on her PR list and I actually haven't tried any of them. I don't know, maybe I should. You guys let me know. Comment down below and let me know if I should spend my money on some Kylie Cosmetics. I'm gonna dip into this shade called Stev, or maybe it's Steve. Look at that pigment. That is honestly really good. The next brand that I do want to mention is one that I mentioned previously. Colourpop, I'm talking about you. You produce way too much and I am not ready for it most of the time. Can we slow it down just a bit to like maybe one launch a month? Because it honestly feels like it's every week that Colourpop is coming out with palettes, with collections, with Baby Got Peach, Strawberry Shake, Lilac You a Lot, and those are just their monochromatic palettes. There is just so much more. There's the Disney collab. There's the Bye Bye Birdie collection. I feel very, very overwhelmed. Please do not take me off of the PR list and continue sending it to me because I do enjoy some Colourpop products and I do enjoy reviewing it for you guys, but I do wish that some of these launches were spread out a little bit more evenly throughout the year so that I have enough time to wear it and to review it. I don't know, perhaps some other beauty gurus have more people on their team to test things, but I don't let anyone test things other than myself. That's just the way that Team Truth works around here. Adding some highlighter. My next question is to you guys. How do we feel about all of these celebrities that have nothing to do with makeup who keep coming out with makeup lines? How do we feel? Are we trusting in these makeup lines? Are we buying into the image or are we actually buying into the product? I mean, between Lady Gaga, Victoria Beckham, now Kesha is coming out with a makeup line. I'm looking at this picture right now at Trend Mood and I am finding myself just a little bit perplexed. I wish Kesha would come out with more music rather than with makeup. Sound off and let me know if you disagree. This picture is actually pretty cool, but I just don't see the niche. I don't see this differentiating factor that Kesha Rose Beauty would add to the beauty industry. Although I have not seen the collection, but just the whole concept, I am buying it. Unless, of course, it's something revolutionary. So let me hold that thought. You know what? Let me whip out this Pat McGrath palette. She is known to have some beautiful blinging eyeshadows, and I just need a little bit of bling right here in the center of my lid. And yes, that delivered. As always and per usual. And yes, I was indeed very excited to receive this in the mail, but if I didn't, I would much rather spend my money on a larger palette just to get the full spectrum and feel the power of Pat McGrath shadows. That's just me. All right, I'm gonna use my Haus Labs liner, a liner that I would not personally purchase with my own money. Yes, I know, Haus Laboratories is by Lady Gaga and I love her and we all appreciate her music, but is this liner really any different from, say, a Maybelline liner? No, it isn't. It's just a simple felt tip marker that you can get pretty much anywhere at the drugstore, at Ulta, at Sephora. Yes, it's decent quality, but I don't even like felt tip markers. I'm not gonna throw away and I can't donate it to anyone because I've already used it up when I did my review. But is this a product that I would go out and repurchase? Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. But I do love me some Gaga. And like I said in my review, I do want to see some very distinctive products from her. Namely some lashes, because that is what she's known for. Perhaps some eye jewels, perhaps something different and something distinctive. That cat eye did come out nice though. Victoria Beckham is another one. Yes, she's chic. Yes, she is amazing. Yes, she's dabbled into makeup before. She's done several collabs with Estee Lauder. So she actually does have an upper hand. She kind of knows what she's talking about because she's been there before. But are her products actually worth the money and would I go out and purchase them myself? Probably not. However, I do love these liner pencils. They're actually fairly inexpensive compared to her $57 eyeshadow quads. So yeah, I guess there are some products that I would get because the quality is good. Do we need a lash or do we not need a lash? That is the question. Maybe we'll skip a lash. For my highlighter today, I'm gonna use this Horse and Carriage Pressed Powder Highlighter from Disney x Colourpop. This was a collection that I wasn't really particularly excited about, but I know a lot of you guys were, so that's why I kept it around. Not bad, not particularly exciting. Okay, just had dinner, time for some lips. Let's use some House Labs and some Victoria Beckham. I like to mix lip liners sometimes because I can never really find my perfect nude lip liner. Maybe I need to come out with one of my own. Now for the lips, I will be doing a Pat McGrath lipstick in 1995. Ooh, it's buttery. Oh yeah, this is a nice formula. I love the color too, so you know what? This one is a lipstick that I would repurchase with my own money, of course. And now that I'm almost done with the look, I couldn't possibly end this video without mentioning the new Jeffree Star x Shane Dawson conspiracy makeup collaboration collection. Here are my thoughts. As a makeup influencer, as a beauty guru, I don't particularly find myself gravitating towards this collaboration, although this is probably one of the most anticipated and one of the most talked about collections of the year, given the fact that Shane Dawson is such a massive figure and so is Jeffree Star. But to me, this collection is just not something that I would buy with my own money. I am actually a huge fan of Shane Dawson and what he does here on YouTube. I think he's brilliant and super hardworking. I'm actually very proud of what he has built for himself and I wish him nothing but the best. However, Shane Dawson is not Scott Barnes. He's not even a makeup influencer. He is not a man who wears makeup. Therefore, I'm just not buying into it, you guys. Jeffree Star, on the other hand, is a massive brand in his own right. He has done so much, and I also think he's kind of a genius. And to me, he is pretty controversial. He's actually been nothing but nice to me and Lee, so I have nothing negative to say about him. But this collaboration, and speaking strictly about the conspiracy collection, is just not my cup of tea. I just don't think that someone like me, someone who is strictly into makeup products, not necessarily into the personalities who create these products, I just don't see if I am their demo. Yes, the lipsticks are pretty nice, but the colors in the eyeshadow palettes isn't something that I am drawn to. Outside of that really vibrant yellow, which is kind of cool, and if it does come off neon, then perhaps it's a cool thing, but I wish they would have come out with like a video game or something. I feel like that would have been a little bit more interesting. But then again, Jeffree can probably collaborate with just about anyone because his products are such hot commodities. Everybody wants them, everybody wants to talk about them, and if they were to send me this palette, I would probably review it for you guys. Let me know if this is something that you would be interested in. As I've always said it before, and I'll say it again, although this is my channel, it is not all about me. It is definitely mostly about you and what you want to see on here. Let me mention that I do love some Jeffree products, namely this liquid frost that I'm about to slap all over my arms because it is just so blinding. But before I leave you, I do want to pose a question to you guys. How do you feel about all of these new makeup collaborations between makeup influencers and brands, between celebrities who are coming out with their own brands as well as launching collabs with other makeup brands? How do you feel about this bombardment of constant collections? How do you feel about watching it on YouTube and having so much being thrown at you all at the same time? Is it too much? When it comes to celebrities and makeup influencers, are you buying into the image and the branding, or are you buying into the product? What makes a difference for you? Leave your answers down below. I really do want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. I love you so much. I will see you in my next video. Mwah!